Hello everybody. I think we're live. Hey everybody. Thanks for joining. It's nice to boot up and see people there waiting. Thank you so much. You know what today is? Let's get right to it. Who do we have here? Paula, Rain, Bunny, Sherry, Zandra, Ashley, Dorothy, Flo, Joan. Wow, thanks guys. So the code is FALL20. You know what? I'm going to write that really big here. This flyer is pretty, but it doesn't, for viewing it at my camera angle. Can't see it that much. I'll just leave this in the background. That's the code FALL20. And what that gets you is 20% off the entire iStencils website. That's not just my designs. It's any designs that are out there. Well over 3,000 designs. It's crazy when you go looking at stuff. I'll give you a tip. What I always do when I'm shopping there is if I see something that I like, I put it in my cart and I can go back and sort it out later because there's so many and different categories that it's hard to go back and try, like, where did I see that one? Just throw them in there. You can take them out later, but that's what I do. Just a little tip. But anyway, FALL20 will also get you, if you have an order of $50 or more and you live in the US, you'll get free domestic shipping. And if you purchase at least one of my designs and your order is a minimum of $25, you'll get the free exclusive stencil, which is a little different this time because I'm introducing a line of, what? 8-inch round stencils? Yep, 8-inch round stencils are coming. So I only have this one design right now. It's the exclusive. There'll be more coming in the next release. But $25 purchase that includes one of my stencils, you'll get this one for free. All right, so FALL20 is the code. So let me get a little bit more situated. I left work early because I wasn't feeling well, and I came home and I sat down, hooked up my computer on my lap, and I literally fell asleep for 2 hours. So I don't know how long I'm going to last, but I'm going to try to make the best of it because I like to get the word out while I have this opportunity. Making sure I told you everything. Free shipping, free exclusive, 20% off the entire store. You can't beat that because I've never seen anybody do stencil sales except for iStencils. So, bless their hearts. So let me show you some of my new designs. These are the 6x6. I'm going to put these out of the way. I'm going to just concentrate on the larger ones today. Just mostly because I like that plate and I have stuff I can do with the bigger sheets of paper that I'm going to be easier to make. Hey Sandy. Hey Colleen. Carrie. Thanks so much guys. So let me just run through these real quick. I'll give you a little overview of what these look like this time. This one is called Hills and Valleys. That would be a cool little pop of black across something. I have no idea what the hell I was thinking when I did this one, or how I did it even. But anyway, that one's called Ink Blot. Just very organic. Almost looks like leaves, but then it doesn't. I don't know what it is. It's Ink Blots. Let me know what you see in that one. This one's called Center Stage. I think Paula's going to probably call these round arrows or something. I'm not sure what she's going to call this one. I should really have a meeting with Paula when I'm going to name these things and just cut to the chase and see what she wants to call them. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Crafty Crider. So I really liked my stripe stencil. As plain and boring as that one seems, that's one of my favorites. Puts that stark pop of those stripes in against all the other very abstract and generic pulls you can get off of a print. I think it really is a really cool contrast. So with that, I gave, I have some more stripe designs in here. And this one, I don't know if you can tell on here, but this is thinner and there's the slightest bit wavy. Just a different look. And that's called Wait for it, wavy stripes. That's right. And these are all up on the website. Oh, hang on, let me open links. I see somebody got censored. We can't have anybody getting censored now, can we? No, hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, links are open. All right, let me get this out of my way. Okay, so you know my stencil called 5 that was 5 big openings that were just randomly drawn that I didn't know what to name it, so I called it 5. Well, meet 8. But I think this is going to be really cool on a pull. Hey, Pam. This one's called Surfboards. Kind of more of the same, but geometric this time. And smooth edges. This will be a cool pop of black, I think. This one's called Zigzag. How creative was that name? Who'd have thought of that? Whew. And this one, I was drawing another kind of thing like 8. And I was just messing around thinking I was going to, you know, just scratch it, not even thinking about designing a stencil. And that one kind of came out looking sort of like a zebra. So zebra it is. And this one, I told you guys when I previewed this the other day. This one's called Morse Code. I thought of my dad when I did this. He was a radio man in a B-29 that flew over the Pacific in World War II. I just think of my dad when I see that one. This one's called Oh My. This will be, let's see, what can Paula call this one? Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Y-O. We'll see. I really like this one. I like this kind of a stencil. And this one's called Stick Ball. Don't ask me why. There's sticks and there's balls. I try to keep it real basic. Basically, my mind doesn't go too fancy on the name thing. So, but I really like this one. I really do. And you can never go wrong with chevrons, or arrows as Paula likes to call them. So this one's called Back and Forth for obvious reasons, right? This one I think Paula might like too. Floating Squares. We'll see what she calls this one. That one's Floating Squares. This is kind of cool because it's going to leave a lot of the background print coming through because you only have this little bit around each one of these floating squares that's going to show you the paint that you're looking at. This is going to block everything out, so that'll be kind of interesting. And you know how I was talking about number 5, right? The one called 5 that was 5 big holes, kind of like abstract long holes. Well, this is 5 2.0. 5 more holes, completely different shapes, just very raw, organic, raggedy, shaky hand sketches. But we'll see what that looks like. This one's called Tribal Dominoes. Again, don't ask me about the names. They were squares, they had rectangles, they had dots on them. Therefore, they are dominoes. I like this one too. I like them all. Duh. This one's Bamboo. This was another hand-drawn one. Most of these were, well, it's kind of obvious which ones are hand-drawn. So the stripes, again, this is a different take on stripes. This one's called Behind Bars. And they're just fatter holes and fatter stripes. So, again, a different look. And the other wavy lines, the lines went this way. Not saying you can't turn it this way and get lines this way, right? You can turn them. And this one is called Up and Down. So look, we do this, we have back and forth, but it's different sizes and different proportions. So it's not just the same kind of thing, it's different. The same, but different. And this one is called Long Arrows. I really got into that open, even, longish kind of patterns there this time. Long Arrows. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining. Hey Janet, glad you could make it. This one is called Waves. These were just kind of hand-drawn. Was that hand-drawn? No, that's too even. I must not have done that by hand. Anyway, this one kind of looks 3D in placing, at least. Because when you look at it, like when I look at it here, the line looks like it comes down into a hill here. But depending on how you look at it, that looks like it could be a mountain going this way. Optical contusion. And this one is called Slopes. I think that'll make a really cool papa on something, on anything. And then the exclusive, which is this round. This is kind of like a Morse code thing, but it's not really named. It's just called exclusive for now. So this is still in my package. I wasn't sure how they were going to do the rounds, if they were actually going to make them round, or if they were going to be on a rectangular piece of Mylar with the round design. But I like this. Hey, Kate. Veronica. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for joining. So, let me get some of this stuff out of my way. Let's start with this round guy, although, you know what? I'm not going to start with him because this is a kind of a sparse pattern. Let's wait until we get some prints made, then we'll do something on top of the prints with this. How about that? I know, brilliant, right? Whew. Hey, I'm Eric. Hey, Lynn. Thanks for joining. So those just coming in, the coupon code is FALL20. And for those of you who have continued to support me all this time, it's been, I think the first launch was March of 14. So it's been a little bit more than a year and a half now. And we usually do the same deal, meaning 20% off with this coupon for the entire site. Hey, Kia. Hey, Carol. Not just my stencils, the entire 3,000 plus designs. If one of those designs that you buy is mine, and if your order is $25 or more, then you will get the round free exclusive, right? You'll get this for free if you meet those conditions. If your order is $50 or more and you live in the US, you'll get free domestic shipping. And by the way, iStencils does ship anywhere in the world, and it's actually very reasonable. So a lot of the ladies in chat are, some are in the UK, some are in Canada. I think we got maybe a couple from New Zealand, Australia area, I believe. And if they've ordered, they can let you know what they've paid for shipping. It's very reasonable. I want to say like $7.99, but I can't swear to that. I don't know why that number's in my little head. But, so, let's start throwing some paint around, shall we? We shall. Look at this. Talk about your crusty bits. Yes, Paula, but all the designs are in both sizes again. I just didn't go through them because they're kind of repeats, but here's all the 6x6 designs. All the designs are always in both sizes. And the round, hey, Lugene, the round stencil is actually 8 inches. So you can use it on any of the round plate. You can use it on the square plate. You don't have to just use it on the round plate. Oh, look at that pulling snot off of here. Yeah, I might have to do something about that before we start. So you can use any stencil on any plate and get the same thing. So that's what I have to be careful of when I'm making designs for the round stencil. I don't want to just take the stencils, the designs I have in my rectangular ones, and put them on the round, because if I put that rectangular stencil on the round plate, that's exactly what I'm going to get. Right? So I gotta, if I'm going to repeat any kind of pattern, I was thinking about that today. I was messing around with some designs in my little pea brain, and I thought, well, that doesn't make any difference. It's going to be the same if you just print it on the rectangular stencil on the round plate. So, all right, man, this is really on there. Might have to start with some crusty bits. Yeah, this is the 8x10 plate. I actually have, when I'm jelly plating for my own amusement, I use, I cannibalized a 12x14 plate and cut it up so that one of my plates is 8.5 by 11, so that I get paper, I get paint edge to edge on the paper. And, but since I want you guys to see how these are going to look for you, so that's why I use the 8x10 when I demo anything, so you get the real deal. I don't want to blow any smoke and upset anybody when they get home and think, hey, hers covered the whole pile of paper. What am I doing wrong? All right, good enough. Here's this round one. I'm going to set this somewhere. I'm going to set this here space. That's what I get for cleaning up. Should know better. I really should know better by now. Let me kind of divide these into a couple Papa Blacks and a couple not so Papa Black. So as I go through here, I can kind of mix it up a little bit. I don't know which to dirty up first. Hey Jane. Hey Lisa. Thanks for joining the code's FALL20. Same deal as before. 20% off the entire site. $25 including one of my designs. You get the free exclusive, which is this round one. 8-inch round. And a $50 order in the US gets you free shipping. So, without any further ado, I said that before, didn't I? And there was further ado, so what's up with that? Alright, let's see. Oh, here comes Babe. Watch, she's going to probably have to go outside. I tried to feed him and get him outside before I came down here. Hey, Judy. And the neighbors apparently are having a little party with some other parents and kids coming over. Well, if there's something out of place out there, like a car that they don't recognize, oh, all hell's breaking loose. And we aren't going to go pee-pee. No, we're going to bark and say, Mom, this isn't right, this isn't right. Until somebody pays attention. So, Babe ran down the steps and ran back up 3 times. And that was it. So we'll see how long she makes it without going outside. I haven't jelly plated for a while. Been doing those daggone collages. Look at all this paint I got on here. It's like I forgot what I'm doing. Look at that. Way too much paint if you're jelly plating for a first time. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Like my mother used to tell me. Alright, let's do some... Oh my. Oh my. And mostly what I'm using is Liquitex Basics. That was the Brilliant Aqua Green and the Primary Blue, which I remember seeing Go Gale Go use it in Maryland, and I really liked the combination on what she was doing. Yep, at Babe and Mojo are back to normal. They're all good. Ooh, oh my. Oh, I'm so simple-minded. Pay no attention. So there was enough there for a ghost. I'm going to pick that up, and oftentimes I like the ghost better than the print that's completely saturated. And I know they're circles, so I'm trying. This is cardstock, 110-pound cardstock from Staples. It was Brilliant Aqua Green Liquitex and Primary Blue Liquitex, Rain. She has been through a lot. That was a major surgery, but it saved her life. See what I mean? There's the two different pulls. You can see one's got a little bit more paint. This one's still kind of a full print. And I've kind of trained myself. I used to, when I jelly plated all the time and was obsessed, I always went in for more paint because I would get 3 or 4 pulls out of it. This, I'm just going to clean up these holes. See if I get a little bit on deli here. No particular reason. Just got that little ghost. And that will sit there and be my scrap paper for a while. But look at that. Yummy. How cool is that? I know, aren't they great colors together, Lynn? This stencil's called Oh My. It is number 119. Babe, come here, honey. Oh, the cart's in the way. Come here, babe. She does not like my Rascog cart. It's a new and strange creature near my desk. So whenever it moves, she hightails it. So I just moved it so she could get in here, and she hightailed it instead of coming over. Oh, Lordy. Dog's going to age me. Bless her heart. Hey, Denise. Code's FALL20, guys. Oh. See, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. This is how I clean my stencils. Zandra, don't have a stroke, honey. I have yet to clean the stencil. A couple of them are getting a little iffy, though. Oh my. So there's the reverse. If there's anybody in here that's new to jelly plating, you can see the positive and negative of the stencil that you can get. Hey, Jean. Alright. What is so wet back there? Oh. I had paint on both sides. I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. Let me get this up. Carrie and Paula, I made it to the post office this morning, and I have some happy mail on the way for you. Let's do, I saw Paula using this deep violet. Isn't that what you've been using, Paula? I'm going to try a little bit of that. Let's try it with a little brilliant purple. This might be too blue of a purple. I'm not sure how that's going to look. I'm not feeling that one. It might be too red. That's not bad. Ooh, look at that, yummy. Okay. Let's try stickball. I really like this one. I like this kind of geometric design. Hey, Ella. Just a little something in my stash that I came across while cleaning out the other day. I thought you guys would like. And then what did I do when I got finished cleaning out everything? Oh gosh, my memory's so bad. I can't remember who it was. But somebody sent me a link to that marbled paper I was using in my collages. And I saw more on this site that I'd seen before. So I ordered even more new paper. Oh, are you guys, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but we, thanks Ella. We launched a video hop today. I'm in it. Our friend Jamie Lynn is part of it. She's right before me, actually. And Shannon's, it links to a second hop. Oh, interesting. It links to a second hop. So you get 2 hops for the price of 1 if you keep going, and when you get to Shannon's, it'll link you up to another second hop. And hey Jen. So lots of good stuff out there. You can see it pulled up a lot of that blue from underneath. Gotta love a jelly plate for doing stuff like that. Yeah. If you're going to use your jelly prints to make signatures in a journal like we did in Maryland, this is a good way to get paint on both sides of the paper pretty easily. That's why how I started doing this. Yeah, that is kind of a cool color, Paula. I like that. There's the reverse of that. Hey, CB. Hey, Pamela. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Let's do some chevrons. Let's use some. Oh, that's my rain I haven't opened yet. I know I haven't opened. There it is. Huh, I don't even know where this came from, but I have a little cobalt teal hue and deco art in my acrylic drawer. We'll splash some of that around somewhere. You can't hate some cobalt teal. So this is Rain, and Still Water. These are Joe Sonia Studio colors from the Potting Shed group that I got them on Dick Blick. Had to think for a minute. And these are very muted shades. These are not my normal go-tos. Not sure I should have put that purple in there, but I did. So we'll have to deal with it. Let me set this aside somewhere. This is going to be a mess. So let's go with these chevrons for back and forth. Rain's favorite color is rain. Yeah, I do have a couple videos I did with Delusions and Dina Wakely's and Diane Reevely's paints on the jelly plate. Which reminds me, I might just pull some of those out. That's an odd muted palette, but I kind of like it. Too much paint, you can see the paint puckered up. But in the mixed media world, we call that texture. Yes, we do. I'm going to get another full print out of that. Hey, Penny. Hey, Galena. Thanks for joining. If you're interested in the sale, the coupon is FALL20. Oh wow, look at the purple. It pulled up more purple because it got that deep violet from underneath of there. Can you see all the purple that's in there? It's actually kind of cool looking. Yes, it is. Set you up there to dry, my little friend. You know what? I wonder what that would look like if I use this for the cleanup. I don't know. We're going to find out. Hey, Robin. I knew you were going to love those hours. Cracked Minis. Hello. I don't know your name, but hello there. You're new here to me anyway, that I recognize your name. I apologize. But if you're here for the sale coupon, it's Fall20. And if you're new to me and iStencils, I have my own line I designed for them, and this is a release of my latest designs. And I get a coupon for a sale that goes along with it. And so the details of the sale again are that if you spend a minimum of $25 and buy at least one, hey Val, it's an iStencil sale. So I see a lot of new people popped in here. So let me go over the details and how that works. I design stencils for iStencils.com. And every so many months I have a release of new designs, and that's what today is. And to accompany that, I am fortunate enough that they give me a sale coupon code for my viewers to buy some stencils. Now, iStencils has well over 3,000 designs on their site. Mine is a very small fraction of those, the number that they have. But that 20% off is good for their entire site. However, if you buy at least one of my designs and your order is a minimum of $25 or more, then you get a free exclusive stencil of mine, which this time I'm introducing my round ones. And this is the free exclusive for the 8-inch round jelly plate, or whatever you want to use it for. I designed them to fit the jelly plates because I jelly plate. But they are stencils. You can use them on a card. You can use them on mixed media. You can run molding post over them on a canvas. You can do, all the thousands of things you do with any other stencils. So you get this free if your order's $25 and you buy at least one of my other designs. If you're in the U.S. and you spend a minimum of $50, your shipping is free. Right? And you get 20% off the entire site. And this code is good until Sunday night at midnight, October the 11th. Right? So, let me get that out of the way. Just wanted to make sure the newbies, I don't want to miss out on anything. I don't want to force stencils down your throat, but if you're interested in it, that's what I wanted you to know about. And iStencils is one of the only companies that I've ever seen that does a sale. I mean, other than if you have a coupon for Michael's or something, and they happen to carry a certain stencil you want at Michael's, but other than that, I've never seen a sale. Interesting, not a total loss, but not, I can't say it's a favorite, but that's all right. That's all right. All right, let's go with this crazy fall 5 2.0. The hell was I thinking when I named that one? Oh, mercy. You know what I'm going to do? Let's go with a different palette here. I thought I had an orange that I brought out. Oh, here it is, laying right on top of the pile. It didn't make it. A little fluorescent pink, never hurt anybody. Warm it up. Ooh, hot mama. Look at you. I must have a booger on my roller. I keep getting little marks. Right there you are. Yep. And a little bitty one right there. Okay, that should help. That should help. All right, let's use this crazy thing and see what it looks like. I should probably save this so I can go back to it and do a cleanup with this much of the cleanup coming through it. That'd probably look pretty cool. Patty, how did you get started with the... How did you get started with a jelly plate? My friend Terry Quinn works at the Queen's Ink and is one of their instructors. And she was going to teach her first class, and it was on a jelly plate, which I didn't even know what a jelly plate was. This is maybe, I don't know how long have they been out? 3 years or so? Oh yeah, Paul, it does kind of look like a map, doesn't it? So I volunteered to, I said, why don't you, she was kind of nervous about it, I said, why don't you let me be your gopher in class? I'll run around, set up, get things, hand you stuff, whatever, so you can just concentrate on what you need to concentrate on. So she said, why don't you come over to my house, to my studio, I have a class plan, and let me run the class plan by you and see how it is for timing, and if you understand what I mean, and blah, blah, blah. So she did, and she made this little, we used 3x5 index cards and a 6x6 plate, and that's what she printed in her class. And we just used found objects, combs and leaves and feathers and all kind of stuff, flip-flops, fly swatters. And, oh, interesting. And, I was doing it, I'm thinking, now what in the hell am I going to do with all these little printed papers? And then by the time I got done, I was like, oh my God, I need more of these little printed papers. These are so cool. So I kind of got hooked on it. I helped, hey Colleen, hey Pam. What is that? For Fladias and Marlin. You guys are new. I'm welcome. Thanks so much for joining. So I got hooked on it just out of that one demo that she was doing with just me running her class plan by me. And I was like, oh my God, I can't stop pulling these prints. This is so cool. So I helped her with her class. Then she had a second class and I helped her with that. And then, of course, I had to go buy a jelly plate. And then I would sit down here for hours on my jelly plate. Ooh, look at this. Look what this did. That pulled a cleanup print through those holes. See all that texture and design I got from previous pulls in there? Isn't that cool? Don't look at me, Rain. When you say something like that, don't look at me. So here's the reverse. This is just going to be a little frame outline here of the stencil, but that's okay. Does anyone know I changed mine? I have no idea why it's Jude Direct. Oh, that's weird. I have no idea why your name's wrong too. Jean, if you're on here, I think, right, Jean? Can you help the one that's I can't. It's moving too fast. I missed it. Fladias or something. Her name's coming up wrong on the chat. Well, I'm glad you joined us, Marlon. So if anybody needs information about the sale, let me know. I'll let you know the details. I don't want to keep driving everybody else crazy repeating and repeating it. Hey, that's kind of cool. Now, you know, something like this, to fold in half and use it as a signature in a journal, you've got automatic journaling spots there on this one. How about that? Was accidental brilliance. Huh, what do you know? All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay, in stark contrast to that shape, let's do a little cobalt teal. Now, I don't know how this Deco Arts paints. It's kind of liquidy. That's pretty liquidy. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but whatever it is, it's going to go. Use a couple little colors here in blues. Let's throw a little PBO in there. So if you guys are new, you need to know about PBO paints. Not just the regular acrylic paints, but the Dyna colors. They're iridescent paints. They have, the names are two colors. Like this is green blue. It's green paint with blue iridescence in it. And watch and drool on your keyboard when you see what this does in a jelly print. This iridescence is awesome in here. Again, way too much paint. Oh well, what are you going to do? Let's see, what do I want to put on here? You know what, let's do 8. This crazy 8. Oh, I should have called it Crazy 8. Now I think of it. This is just another one with very organic openings. And some of the stencils, even the ones I do myself, I kind of know what they're going to look like because I've done it so much. Hey, Bear's mom. I look at the stencil and think, what the hell? What were you thinking? It's not cool looking or pretty or whatever. But they sometimes make the coolest prints because they're more interesting. That's my story I'm sticking to, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm just saying. So there's a background starting there. This is the one that, who was that? Tam thinks that if you turn it this way, it looks like people standing in line. Bless her heart. You know what? I should have done that over top of that. I'm going to do this. Pull a ghost of this just because I like turquoise and orange together. Yeah, they really do pop on the black CB, the PBOs. Oh, you need to join the chat. Pro Campo, that's another new name. Hi. What's your name, dear? Thank you. I'm glad you like the designs. I appreciate everybody's support very, very, very much. Oh. Just in time for one of those ugly pulls. But do not be disappointed because we will pull this out of the depths with a little pop of black in the future. But you can see some of that. I don't know if you can see. I can see it. Some of the PBO flash that's in there kind of sporadically in the turquoise. Can you see it when it hits the light? Let's see if this one's showing up any. Sometimes they have to dry to show that. But you can see that little bit of shimmer in there. Those are those PBO paints. And I always like mixing them with other regular acrylics because on their own they're very translucent. You wouldn't think that they were to look at this tube. You wouldn't think that that was going to be translucent, but it's very much translucent. I would not lead you astray on that. You can trust me. So let's see, what do we have? Let's clean up on this one. Let's do this. Let's do 8 over top of 5. That makes us 13. I'm not feeling so great today, so if I sound a little hoarse or a little icky, that's why I feel kind of icky. If somebody wants to kidnap Barb Gray, I want to kidnap you and your wonderful fur. Oh. I'll go willingly. You don't have to kidnap me. I do work, so I have to come back on Mondays. Okay, again, nothing to rave about, but you just wait. You just wait. Now, I think I got enough of a mishmash going on here. I'm going to take this piece of deli I've been cleaning up, just little leftover blobs, so I don't have too many crusty bits. And let's put a little papa, which I like to call Papa Black. I think a little Papa Black. You can even see the PBOs on the deli. Can you see them down there in the turquoise stripes flashing? Hey, Lincoln. Hi, honey. How are you? Thanks for letting Granny watch. What's the name of the pink paint? This hot pink here, dear. This is fluorescent pink by PBO. Now, this doesn't have shimmer in it. This isn't a Dyna. This is a fluorescent, so it's fluo right there. Fluo. For fluorescent. But that's just a regular acrylic from them. But one thing, you know what I want to do before I do that? I had something in my little head that I wanted to try. Let me do it, because you know how my little head is. If you come around here and watch me much, you'll know that I turn around and I'll think, what the hell was I going to do? I have no idea. I'm going to... I need to look for a color. Oh, is this it? Oh, look at you, right on top. I'm going to try something. I don't know if this is going to work when it gets kind of dry. But when you use this PBO Oriental Violet, which is not a Dynacolor, it's just PBO. And, of all things, this green yellow, which is a PBO color. When you mix these two, you get a gorgeous metallic bronze color. So I had it in my little pea brain. These are the random things that fly into my head when I can't sleep. Like, I wonder what that would look like. I'm going to put a layer of this. Now, I either get too much paint or not enough paint. All right, let's find a happy medium, shall we? Okay. I'm going to put a layer of this down. And this may not work at all. I don't know. Ooh, look how pretty you are. I'm going to use the behind bars stencil. Just these kind of fat stripes. And I'm just going to pull a print with just that. And then, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And I know this is a vertical pattern, so I just, since this is 110 pound cardstock, you have to kind of encourage that paper to go down and kiss that paint off the jelly plate. Because if you think about it, you got the paint here, then you have the stencil over top of that, right? And then you put the paper over top of the stencil. So the deli paper just kind of so thin it kind of falls into the holes. This you got to kind of coax down into the holes a little bit. Especially the finer the design in the stencil, the more I find you get a better print if you do that. If you just kind of do this over top of it, it's going to touch some of the paint, but it's not going to get a crisp image. And if you like crisp images, you got to give it a little elbow grease. All right, so there's that. Right? That's all we got is purple stripes. Right? But that's okay. Wait for it. Let me get some of this up here. And let me just clean this off. This isn't going to be much of a print on here or here, but clean that off. Oops. Get it there. Okay, now I'm going to take this PBO green yellow, and even though I said they're very sheer if you use just this color, what I'm hoping is that my plan and hope is that when I pull this over the purple, at the intersecting points, we're going to see that bronze. So it'll be green and purple and bronze. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, Lilith. Oh, I know. Cheryl Kahn, I know. That's terrible. About her husband, bless her heart. Oh, crap, I did it wrong. Okay, so I forgot to turn this, so I'm just going to turn my paper. So the stencil's going this way. I want a crosshatch design, so I'm going to go 90 degrees this way. And I'm not going to be able to pull the whole print, so I'm going to put this over top of it to get the edges. And now I got this, which way? Side? No, up this way still. This may not work at all. I don't know. I have her, yes, this is FALL20 is this coupon code. So just to go over that again for the people who join later that are new, this is kind of the same sale that we have every time I have a launch. The code is always different, of course. iStencils has, their website has well over 3,000 designs of stencils. Mine is just a real small fraction of that. So if you could, this is good for their entire site. But if you buy at least one of my designs, ooh, look at that PBO and that green. Hello, lover. And you use this coupon code, you'll get my new exclusive design stencil free, which is this 8-inch round. I'm introducing a line of round stencils, and I just have the this one right now, the exclusive. There'll be more round ones in the next launch a few months down the road. But you get this free if you order at least one of my designs and spend a minimum of $25 using this code. If your order is $50 or more and you live in the US, your shipping is free, right? And you get 20% off the entire site through Sunday night at midnight Eastern. Right? So that's kind of a big deal. You won't see that everywhere. All right, let's see. Did this work? Yeah, not so much. I mean, it's a cool crosshatch design. It didn't blend. I think the purple was too dry, so I didn't get that bronzy look at the intersections. But I want you to see what that looks like. So I'm going to try to offset this a bit so it's kind of... multicolored stripes, maybe. Hey, Trina. Yeah, that's kind of cool. A little shimmy shimmy. Little shimmy shim. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about with this paint. There it is. See, where the hell did I put the purple already? Let's do a little purple here. Now let's do a little green yellow PBO Dinah right here. Right? Stay with me. Stay with me. So I'm going to blend the purple out, and I'm going to bring it towards the center. Right? A little over the center. Right? Clean my brayer. And then I'm going to blend the green, just pure green up here. And then I'm going to start pulling that down into the purple to get a blend. Oh, booger. Booger in my blend. Rats. And you'll see this rosy bronze start to develop that's really very rich. Hey, Ange. See where we are with that? How it blended? Let me try to catch it in the light right. It's kind of hard to see. It's so much shimmer that it's like almost too reflective. If that's possible. Let's put bamboo on there. Bamboo is royal enough to stand up to the gorgeousness. That's thousands of hours of practice, Pam. Hey, Amy. Welcome. I'm so glad we got new faces in here tonight. That's so nice. I appreciate it. So, while we have the new viewers here, this kind of a same group of ladies, there's a couple, well, there's several of us that stream regular. Paula Phillips, Journal Artista, you guys probably have heard of her. She's a legend in her own mind and ours. But she streams, hang on, does all this chit chat offend you? Not sure. Oh, Lord, no. We love the chit chat. And sometimes what I'm doing, I'm not even always looking at the chit chat. So if you want my attention, put it in all caps like you just did, Barb. No, not at all. We love the chit chat. We just like to keep it clean and non-offensive and pleasant and positive. I've been known to block a troll or a smartass. And I don't mean a funny smartass, because that's what I am. I mean an ugly smartass. They will be booted out of here before they knew what hit them. So, but no, all that other stuff, we love it. Pitch in. But Paula, put your link out if you want for your stream. And Carrie's link. And who else is on here that streams? And I don't know, Zandra. They all do mixed media streams. And most of them have regular schedules. I don't know if Carrie does, but Zandra and Paula do for sure. There's a lot of this that goes on. Oh, hello, lover. Woohoo! There you go. Now you can kind of see that blend. And I love that design. One of my new favorites. Yeah, it can get a little cray-cray in the chat. But we like that. As long as we don't offend anybody. There's Paula's link. So Paula's Journal Artista. If you guys think that name rings a bell, she's has DVDs on interweave that she's done for. She's been around for years doing this stuff. Really a lot of fun to watch. I love this one. That's what I was hoping would happen with that intersection of that. But what happened was it was too dry. Right? It didn't blend because it was too dry. There's Zondra's link, Carrie's link. You guys can click on those links and let it open another browser window and go there and hit follow on their page. And then you'll get an invite every time they go live or schedule something. You'll get an invite from liking or following their page, rather. So as these come up, and there's Inkwell, that's Dee Dee Willingham. She does a fabulous show that I have to miss every week because I have a pesky little thing called a job, which helps me buy art supplies, so it's okay. But I usually do. I have to catch Dee Dee's on YouTube. So it's a fun community. It's a bunch of nice women and a few gentlemen that join us from time to time. Which reminds me, I haven't seen my gentleman crafter, not my gentleman crafter, my wine country Jim for a while. He was in Italy for a couple months this summer. I get my PBOs at 2 different places, either online at Dick Bleck or at fineartstore.com. F-I-N-E, fineartstore.com. Lord, I just had a hot flash. I'm having a hot flash. So there's the reverse of that. But isn't that blend cool? It makes a really pretty color. In my little mind, it does. So, okay, I want to come back and do get a little pop of black going on some of these. Let's do some dominoes. Oh, let's do my daddy's Morse code. God bless him. Can't believe he's gone. He and my sister-in-law are both gone 5 years now. Ooh, and this one I want to try. Let's try them all, shall we? Thanks, Paula. All right, now, oh, I didn't get black and white out. Black and white. Must-haves on the jelly plate. If you're just starting out, you don't have to get expensive paints. You can use the little craft paints you get on sale at Michael's. You know, the little Americana, and I don't know what all the other brands are, but they're as long as it's acrylic, you're okay. You don't want to put oil paint on here. But you can get, I would say, buy 5 or 6 of those in coordinating colors that you like, or if you like warm colors and you like cool colors, get 3 of each, and then you can blend them, and then a black and a white, and that'll get you a long way and a lot of prints going, and you get the feel of it. And then if you want to spend a little bit more money, these Liquitex Basics, these are great on the jelly plate. You can get these on sale at Michael's and use your coupon and collect them. They also have a bigger tube too, which is what I try to use my coupon on when I get it, on my favorite colors. But even that, these aren't all that expensive. I want to say they're $4.99 at our Michael's. And I'm in Maryland in the U.S. And then, you know, I wouldn't say that I would use golden fluids, because to me that would be too expensive. They're too pricey, I think, for the jelly plate for how much you would use. However, there are a couple prints that I use them, and I'm going to show you right now what I mean, because I haven't done one of these for a while. Let me find my colors I need. Where the heck are they? There you are, hiding in the back. Okay, this is one of my favorite combinations. And I did it on one of my early on videos. I was playing around with doing different blends in different directions. And I did one, the videos called something like Jelly Plate Goes Gradient or something very, you know, sassy like that. But I'm going to do it on a stencil. It's got a lot of open space, so I'm going to use this one. And the combination that I thought was really cool is the Golden's Turquoise Phthalo, right? And I'm putting that down in this little corner right here, right? And then some PBO Iridescent Green Blue. You tried alcohol inks. I don't think you should use alcohol inks on it, Barb. I think it would damage your plate. I think the alcohol eventually would eat the plate up. I think. Now, I don't know that for sure. I know it'll tell you on the insert that comes with the jelly plate. I don't know that answer off the top of my head, but my instinct would be to say no. Also, anything that's really watery like that, like I tried the Pam Carricker, her fluid acrylics, and they're very watery, and they just beat up. They beat up on here. The plate resists the paint. And I think it would do the same for alcohol inks, even if you try them, but I wouldn't recommend them. And this is Copper, Iridescent Copper Light by Golden. And that's about those two, and then the Titan Buff for cleanup prints, which I'm about to do soon. They're about the only Goldens that I use on the plate. So look at the PBO, that green over top of all that. How about a little hunk of that in a collage somewhere? So now I'm going to take this Phthalo Turquoise and I'm going to turn my brayer so I'm covering like this corner of the plate, right? I got that pretty good. Wipe off the brayer, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to try to cover this middle section and blend into the turquoise a little bit with the PBO. Right? Come down here a little bit, get that a little bit blended. And you got to pay attention to the corners because sometimes it comes off the corners depending on your roll, right? Clean that off. And now I'm going to try to cover this end of the plate with this copper, and then blend a little of that copper into the turquoise, right? And now, up and down stencil. Now you can kind of see where I'm going with that. See the gradient in there? Hello, lover. I feel a hello, lover coming up. Hey, Leslie. Thanks for joining. The coupon's FALL20 if you're interested in the stencil sale at iStencils. Would somebody mind throwing my link up for iStencils in case there may be people that don't know where to find my stencils? I'd appreciate it if you can. Alright, let's see what we get. We get the gradient I was looking for. Hello, lover. We did. See how now that looks like kind of like 5 colors because you got copper, copper turquoise mix, or copper blue green mix, then the blue green mixed with the turquoise phthalo, and then just turquoise phthalo down here. And you get the iridescence of the copper and the PBO. Not bad, huh? Let's see, what do I want to put that one on? That's not going to be much of a print, honestly. There's not that much showing in there. What the hell, I'll pull it on here. It's just paper. So some people are real concerned about if a print doesn't turn out right. It's a piece of paper. They're going to make more. Don't worry about it. Get in there and start rolling that stuff on there again. Pulling another one. Get back on that jelly horse. Yeah, see, that's all I got is a little dusting of that. That's what I expected. Actually, that's almost dry there. I think I'm going to pull this. Alright, let's just get a little bit of that, cleaning that off. Hang on here 1 second. What are the colors? The one I just did was 2 golden acrylic colors, turquoise phthalo and iridescent copper light. And in between those I did that PBO green blue. And then just kind of blended them out. Oh, I should have picked up that grid on something else that was going to show up nicer than that, because you can still see the iridescence in that. Although I can maybe bring that back with a little papa. We'll see. All is not lost. So there's a lot of pretty cool goodness on here right now. I'm going to let that dry. I have my hot flash fan on, luckily. And I'm going to let this dry a little bit and show you a cleanup print. And I think I'm going to do the cleanup print. Maybe we can do that through the surfboards. That's kind of an open one. That might look pretty cool with those designs coming through there. Yeah, so, you know, you can't hate that. I'll put that over here somewhere. I might do something with that. My friend Donna Walsh, she always likes me to save my brayer off pages for her, and she makes the coolest, prettiest cards out of those little bits of nothing that I've ever seen. What is that? What is that, Patty? How's her plate on? Oh, it's just a piece of plexiglass. I got it on Amazon. I've used cheap glass out of cheap picture frames at Michael's, but I've broken them twice. So I got a piece of plexiglass and I just put duct tape around the edges because it's a little sharp, and it sticks right on there. Right? Oh, don't let me forget to use the round one. So does anybody need to know about the sale? I hate having to keep repeating that for the people who've been here since I turned the lights on tonight, but I don't want anybody to miss out. FALL20 is the coupon. 20% off the entire order at iStencils.com of any stencils they have. Well over 3,000 designs. If you spend $25 and at least one of those is mine, you'll get this free, lovely, round, 8-inch exclusive stencil. I'll be introducing more round ones for the round jelly plates, or whatever jelly plate it would go in there too. Doesn't have to be round. On my next launch. And if your order is $50 minimum in the US, you'll get free domestic shipping. And it's good through Sunday night the 11th at midnight Eastern time. Oh, thanks Paula for putting my link up. There's the link that Paula, Journal Artista, just put up to my shop on iStencils. If you are so inclined to want to have a little look-see. So we're going to do some round ones here in a minute. This is going to be dry enough. So my other fluid acrylic that I use, so I like my paint like I like my men, tight and buff. A little paint humor. Very little, but what the hell. Oh, this is all boogered up. This is just about empty too. Hello. Oh, this is... I'm going to stand this one upside down over here for the next one. So I like this tight and buff instead of white. Or you can pull it up. You can clean up print with black, white, any color. It doesn't matter. I like to use tight and buff. I don't know. It just puts a richness, and whatever paints happen to be still stuck to your plate, in my humble opinion. And I'm going to do the pull-up print through 5.2.0. You're going to laugh every time I do, like, what the hell were you thinking? But you'll see what I mean, what happens when you do a cleanup print. Oh, I was going to do this and I forgot that quick. Sweet mama. So now, for those who may be new, a cleanup print, it's called a cleanup print because if you do it right, you can pretty much pull all the paint off of your plate and get it back to clean again. And you do that by letting all the crusty bits that are on your plate dry, and then put that wet layer of paint down there. And then you want to actually press and let the paper sit on this print longer than you would a normal print, because you want that wet paint to go down there and kiss and even marry that dry paint and become one. And when you pull the print, you will suck all that paint off of there and all the shadows of all the stencil patterns that you've previously pulled off of there. You'll see them hidden in the little layers that you don't even think are there. Yeah, and some people, I have a couple videos out there of using packing tape, and so does Zandra. Zandra likes to pull on her jelly plate. She likes to do her packing tape. That's a really fun thing to do. And don't forget, check out, you can start at my channel on YouTube and look for the video that released today. It's a 10-minute one. Can you believe I did a 10-minute video? That was very difficult. But I'm in a blog hop with Shannon Green and Jamie Lynn, and I think there's 12 of us. And that'll hook you up to 12 sequential videos, mixed media videos in a row. You can hop from one to the other by going into the description field underneath the viewing window, right? Then you got all the words and stuff down here. Click on show more, then you'll see all these links. If you're watching my video, click on the top link there and that'll take you to the next video. Then you go watch this video and like and subscribe and give them some love with a nice comment, because we're trying to expose new artists and upcoming channels and give them a leg up is what we're trying to do. And then go down into their description box and click on that first link that takes you to the third one. And you hop like that through the whole thing. And when you get to Shannon Green's, it's linked up. Well, all of ours are linked up now. At the very bottom, it takes you, when you finish, whoever persons you get to the, that was on the bottom of my link, will take, that's confusing to say that, but just trust me, keep clicking. It'll take you in, it'll hook you up to a second hop, and you'll get another whole set of videos. Okay, this has been on here long enough. I'm running my app and forgetting what I'm doing. It's probably stuck permanently now. So now I can peek and see that that's pretty much cleaning that off. So, it's really stuck to the paper. But look what I pulled off of there. How stinking cool is that? You can see the PBOs, you can see chevrons, you can see, what else can you see in there? Bamboo. Some of it gets so layered and translucent it's hard to distinguish exactly what you're looking at, but it's all sorts of patterns. See that little PBO shimmer coming up in different areas? See where the copper was at the top of my plate when I did that gradient pull, and the darker turquoise down here? And then you pull it up, but it comes out through a pattern because you did it through a stencil. But how yummy is that? And now guess what you have underneath of here? The same thing, but in that little frame, right? So all that right there is going to give me a frame of that stencil with that same goodness on it. Now I could have just not put down a stencil and pulled the whole piece of paper that would have cleaned the entire plate, and the whole page would have had that design on it. But I think it's more interesting through a stencil, in my humble opinion. Coincidentally, I'm selling stencils, so that all works out. Alright, let's get this all cleaned off of there. Just a very dusting of anything on this back page. However, this should clean off the rest of it. See what I mean, Vern? So, if you can imagine, if you'd put these two together, you'd have one whole sheet of that design would be solid, which is cool if you want like doing like a mini book cover or something. That makes a really cool, you know, whole print to use. So let's do a little Papa, shall we? Everybody loves a Papa Black. Oh, I broke my lid on a brand new tube. That's not good. I don't know what it is. I say it every time, but I love to brayer black paint. Watch how smooth and easy this covers the whole thing. It's just the most cooperative color on the jelly plate. Look at that. I'm done. I don't know why, what's in the pigment, why it does that. I don't know. All right, let's do some slopes. And let's put that on here. Here's one of the ones we kind of doubled up. I like to do a couple layers. I mean, some people like to do a print that's like completely covered, no white space. I kind of like white space. Sometimes, most of the time, I like a little in there. But you can see the dimensions in the layers. You can see I did the oh my, then I did the stick ball on top of that. And sometimes when you do this, you get a layer that kind of looks like, you know, that doesn't look so hot. You know what, let's use this for instance. Right? That doesn't look so hot, right? Kind of like, Now watch it won't work this way on this one. I'm going to see if this little pop of black helps that print look a little better, because the black is going to be very stark and stand out in the front, and it's going to push those other layers in the back. It usually helps just about every print. Don't make a liar out of me. People are watching. And I'm pressing kind of hard because this one's got thinner lines, not big open spots, right? And this is cardstock. Let's see. I smushed it a little bit there. I felt it move. That actually looks kind of 3D though, doesn't it? I don't know that it helped that one that much. Like I said, watch it make a liar out of me. But you get my drift. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to do another black one. I'm going to use the stencil again. So I'm just going to add a little bit of black paint. And I'm just going to put another quick layer on here and spread out what's there. All right, there's still enough there underneath that stencil to give me another print. And what's stuck on the back of this is going to beef it up even a little bit more, right? So let's do that. And let's do it on here. These are stark straight lines. Let's put a little curvy line in there and see what we get. And I still, you know what, I should have wiped this off because I have those splotches where that paint came through. Oh well, you'll get the drift. Can't be perfect all the time. All right. Ooh, that's kind of cool. And it does look kind of 3D. I'm looking on my camera software on the screen while I'm looking at that. I get kind of a 3D look from that. I could live with that. But I'm going to take this. This is just nothing. I'm going to clean this off. A lot of paint on here still. You know what I might do? Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore that. This one's still got a good bit of paint on there. I'm just going to make a sandwich. A double, like a Big Mac. Double decker. I want to get some of this off of there. See, that still had it all on there for what I was doing. That's almost solid. I'm going to get rid of that. That's going to go bye-bye. Let me get rid of some of this. Basically, I'm just cleaning up my plate now. that made. I'm going to get some of that out of the way to give me room to do something else I wanted to do. This is what I should have done on that other one for a pop of black. That was a little bit more coverage and a little more interest to the patterns, so it would take away from that background. This one here. Instead of this, it's still wet where it was blobby there, so I can't do it right now. But later I'll come back and do a print over this. That's maybe something like this. It's going to take up more room, and it's more of a messed up kind of pattern. You know, it's here and there. It's not just this line, and that will that'll push more of that into the background and make it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So let's do. Gotta check this. Keep an eye on what's going on here. Oh, okay. Ugh. Okay. Sorry. My brother is helping a friend of his move his yacht from up here in Baltimore in the Bay down to the Florida Keys. They're running the intercoastal, then they're running offshore, then they come back in the intercoastal, depending on the area, the inlet, and the conditions of the water, because, you know, we've had those big, really biblical proportion floods in South Carolina, so there's a lot of debris in the water. So they're mindful of that. He's been sending me updates and pictures on the way down. I've made, not quite to the Keys before, but I've gone down to the end of Hatteras and Ocracoke by the intercoastal before, which is really a lot of fun. I miss having a boat and doing that stuff, but now I do this. All right, I'm going to try this over top of here and see what we get. Another little papa. Oh, Pam, I see you got 3 out of 4 numbers. Woo! You didn't get anything for that? Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Of course, I'm a little on the easy side, we know. Let's try this plain one here. See, the PBO is more dry now. You can see where they are a little bit better. Sometimes the glistening of the wetness of the paint, you don't get to see that shimmer as much as you do when it's dry. When the rest of them dry, they kind of mattify, but the only ones are that's shimmering then are the PBOs. Guess where Dave is? Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, on their last golf trip of the year. They arrived Sunday to find the National Guard deployed and a curfew in place. They didn't get to golf Monday, but it did clear up, and they've golfed since Tuesday. They've been able to get out every day. They had to make a couple... I just want to pick up that ghost on there just to get that cleaned up a little bit. They have, you know, can only go on the cart path with the carts. They can't go wherever they want. That's definitely not my color palette, but I really like that mix of that green and blue. Looks very vineyard. Yes, it does. Let's see. Let's pick up. Let me just clean this. You know what? This might make a cool patina print. Let me show you what I call a patina print. I'm going to take another piece of deli, and I'm going to really... So I have black down there, right? And I pulled a print, so the holes are almost clean. I'm going to use a piece of deli, because this gets way down in those little holes. and get that last little bit of paint out of those holes so they're clean. Right? Doesn't get much out of there, but got a little bit that was remaining out of there. And now I'm going to pull the stencil off. Ooh, look at that. And I'm just going to lay it on a piece of paper and clean that off. But not on the jelly plate because I want to maintain or preserve that. Right? So now what I'm going to do, just want to get that black off of there, is I'm going to take a couple PBO colors. And I like, for this, I like to mix the yellow green and the green blue. And I call this a patina print because when I did this the first time, it looked like aged metal, how it patinas, right? But what you want it, this is different than a cleanup print because this black paint is still wet. And I don't want it to dry, I want it to be wet. So I'm going to go over that lightly. I'm just letting the weight of the brayer, a little bit of pushing, but not much. Put this paint over top of the black, right? And then I'm going to clean my brayer. And now I'm just letting the weight of the brayer pull off the excess paint. And kind of, you can see the PBOs are just kind of laying in, right, the holes of the designs, right? You with me? And now, get a little bit more of that off of there. And I'm just pulling a little bit more off of here because, oh look what it did on the brayer. The design was in the brayer. Can you guys see that? How cute are you? I'm going to pull this on a piece of black copy paper. I love this stuff. I got a ream of it on Amazon. I had black cardstock, but I never had black copy paper. I didn't even know they made such a thing. All right. Getting around the edges of the plate. Getting the whole thing all smushed on there. Now let's see. Let's see if this one works. Oh, there we go. So that black paint kind of makes the edges of the PBOs kind of blurry and kind of aged kind of looking-ish. This one, I can't say that's my favorite. I love the design, but for a patina print, I don't know, it's too much green, I think. I didn't blend it enough. Try it again. We'll keep doing it by jiggities till we get it. Let's try. I wonder what this will look like. I bet this will make an interesting pop of black with those frames all over it. What is the text weight paper? You know what? I don't know what the weight of it is. It's probably like 24 pounds. It's just like copy paper. This isn't cardstock at all. It's just like printer paper. And I got a ream of it on Amazon. Let's do another black one. Again, how easy does that brayer on there? Alright, let's try this. What am I going to put that on? Now what? Yeah, let's do it over this. Just for giggles. See where we end. Or should I do it over this? Let's do it over this. How do you organize and store your stencils? You have so many. Sharon and I don't know how to keep track of what we have. It's much less, I'm sure. Well, stencils, I think, are a pain in the neck, Pam, to store. Mine, I have one of those Alex wide flat cabinets right next to my desk that you get at IKEA. And I have my stencils, and these are just my designs, in the top drawer. I have the larger ones on one side and the smaller ones on one side, and I'm always rifling through them. I've seen some people take those little plastic J hooks that you can order online, like you get clothes that makes a hanger out of something, and hang them on a rail. I don't have anywhere that would be logical in my studio, as big as it is, to do that and make them user-friendly where I can reach them when I want to reach them. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. A little too much black paint. But look at that, how that kind of framed those, where I got like 2 lines of each chevron pretty much in each window. It's kind of cool. Ha-ha. Ha-ho. Woohoo. Let's see, what else can I use to pick up? Good Lord, let's go back here to the beginning. Let's try to do a ghost on that one. Night, Sandra. Thanks for joining. I like that one. Just the outlines of the squares. I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now this, do I want to put that on? I think I'm going to pick that up in a clean piece, because that's going to be a lot of black underneath of the stencil. See? See? Ooh, look at that one. That's kind of cool. Black and white, and see those little hits of PBO sticking out of there? Let me see if I can catch the light. Where are they? There you go. Interesting. Oh, there goes that really cool bamboo one over the edge. Down the other side of the desk. Alright, just to clean that up a little bit. Alright, let's just for a minute should I pull this off? Where's my container to put this in if I do this? There we go. I'm going to move that one out of the way. Let's get the round one out here and play with that a little bit. Oh, look how much newer this one looks. Hey, Dar. Alright, let's play with the 8-inch round. And let's, since this is just a small design on this one, let's try doing a little papa on something. Oh, you know what I might do? Since this is still clean. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Tootie. Hey, for the new ones coming in, if you're interested in the stencil sale, the coupon is FALL20. And the sale is like it usually is. It's at iStencils.com. You'll find under new designs, you'll see the link to my shop underneath of there. But this 20% off coupon is for their entire site, which is well over 3,000. Yep, fall 20. That's at iStencils, Dar. And it's good for their entire site until Sunday night at midnight Eastern. It will also get you, if you buy at least one of my designs and you spend a minimum of $25, you get the free round exclusive. I'm coming out with more round designs next time, but for now, this is the only round one I have. It's 8-inch round. And if your order is $50 or more, you get free shipping in the US. So, that's the stencil deal. So what I was thinking is, this one's all kind of dark. Let's do a little pop of white on this through that round one and see what happens. Make sure I got all that black off of there, or we're going to be having a pop of gray. You're welcome. All right. Look at you. How cute are you, little fella? Now let's put a little pop of white on here. It's kind of spiraling out as I push on this one. That's kind of how those designs go. Yeah, all the stencils I'm using tonight are in the new release. This round one is the exclusive. Well, not popping as much as I honestly thought it would, but the design is cool. I'm going to play with that on some other stuff, and I know what I'm going to do with it. I do know. Yes, I do. Let me actually clean this up. White on white. This is going to be lovely. Just want to get the paint off of that. And, oh, look at what a lovely print that is. Isn't that pretty? I know what I'm doing. Get a little bit of that off here. I'm going to, now even though I said if you use a PBO by itself, it's kind of sheer. But I'm going to use the blue-green PBO on here by itself, right? But I'm going to lay it over another print, right? And you can kind of see that this is pretty sheer on here. The pigment, it looks so opaque in the tube, but it's very sheer when you roll it out. Ooh, look at that. Just on there. Gotta love it. So let's, oops, I dropped it. Premature droppage. Let's see, where do I want to put this on? Oh, let's put it on this. This? Maybe that, maybe this. I don't think it's going to show up much on there. Let's do it on there. What the heck? Between now and Christmas, probably not, Trina. We usually do them every like 4 to 5 months, it seems, because I've been doing this. I was thinking about that today. I think I've been doing it for 19 months, and this is release number 5. Bye, Lou Jean. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, cool. See a little flashy target on there? That's kind of cool, huh? Hee hee. All right, now let's take something. Let's take something. What are we going to take? That's kind of a mishmash of like, right? Let's just throw this leftover on here and see what happens. I'll clean that off on the back. You're welcome, Trina. Well, that's just a big old blob on there, which of course I should have known that's what it was going to be. However, if you pull a Dina Wakley on here and chop out a little hunk of this with a punch or something, or tear strip for a collage, that would actually look very fabulous. Hey, Cherry. Thank you. Yeah, they're going to be fun. I have some new designs in the hopper for those. Let's do, some PBO, the orange yellow. That was the paint, not the artist. Oh, like radar. Yeah, that's pretty good. Radar map. Oh my, that's a booger right there. Yikes. When I put these on here, I dab them so the paint smashes down like that and dries up and gets all boogered up. Oh, hang on, this is work. Sorry guys, I gotta check this one. So, oh, nope, server fail. Crap, they're checking to see if I'm getting emails on my work phone. And I am not. One of the girls was in a panic saying, I can't get my emails. She's got a boss traveling too, I think. My boss is traveling. He should be in the... What time is it? 8:17. 8:13. So it should be 7:13. He should be boarding if he's not in the air by now. So let's try this orange over this. Oh my! The little orange bullseye. Oh, Eva, hi. Okay. Now I'm connecting the dots. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like them. I appreciate your support very much, everybody's. I'm trying my hardest to come up with a couple little trickly streams of income so that when I get to Social Security age, maybe be able to pull off retirement. Oh, woohoo! That's pretty, that orange on there, huh? Too bad I didn't have it centered exactly, though. I didn't think about that. Let's do... The reverse of this one isn't honestly that attractive. It's just kind of a blurry circle. But when you put PBOs on there, and they're against black, sometimes you get a little bit of interesting something something. Ooh, like for instance that. Halloweeny. Looks like the Great Pumpkin. What was my idea? I just have an idea in my little pea brain. What was I going to do? You like that orange, Jane? Oh, I know. It's all coming back. I saw that print laying there and I thought this would be a pretty color. This is the PBO Violet Blue. And it's kind of a bright pinkish with blue in it. So that combination makes it look a little more on the violet side, I guess, than pink. You don't really see the blue until you see the print so much. But I saw this, yes, I'm wiping that on my shirt. Get a little bit more paint off of there. I saw this one laying there, and I thought, oh, this might be a good color for that to bring out some of those purples in there. It is a good deal. It's Sherry at iStencils is very generous with this for me. Great person to work with, great company. Their customer service is excellent. And they've been very good to me. This is funny because at certain angles you can't hardly see this, but when you turn it, you get that combination of that pink and blue, so you almost get that purpley pop on there. It's very subtle, but it's there. Groovy. Let's see what I want to put that other one on. Well, now I know this isn't going to look very good. What's the name of the stencil with the boxes? The boxes and arrows. The boxes and arrows. You mean two different ones? Oh, this one? Those are two different stencils. The black is the floating squares, and the green chevrons underneath is back and forth. That was two different stencils. Well, three with the round one on top of it. I think that's going to make that a big mess, but I'm going to do it just because I want to see what it happens. What's the name of the stencils with the boxes and arrows? I thought about that too, Lucy, that she was meaning the tribal squares. And then I thought, no, she probably means one that she's seen tonight. You mean the one that Paula says she likes and calls it arrows? Is that the one you mean? That one's tribal squares in reality. But somewhere in Whitby, Canada, we call it arrows. And that's okay. That's all right. Oh, that's a big old mess right there. That one's eat up with ugly. But that's okay. That's okay. Now, oh, another passing thought that passed before I was able to get it out. Oh, darn. Okay. All right, I'm going to go back to my yeah, the one that I just showed. No, Dar, they this is all done through iStencils. I designed for them, but I don't see any of the orders. I get reports on how many of which design sold when I get my commission, but I don't see the orders or know who bought what or any of that stuff. That's all done out of their shop in New Hampshire, and now my stamps. I do my stamps here myself out of my Etsy shop, and I ship those and do all that myself. I don't make them. I have them made, and then they come here and I pack and ship those. And that's, every once in a while you'll hear cha-ching when I have my Etsy sounds on. The one you just showed us, 2 stencils. Yeah. So no cha-ching for that. But I'm hoping that there's cha-chinging in the background I don't know about. Alright. Let's do another cleanup print. And let's do it this time. Let's do it through surfboards like I intended to do it before. So see these, the black squares that you still see on here? I'm gonna, where's my tight, oh here it is, upside down over here. This is dry for sure. And I'm just gonna pull this. I'll tighten off. Hey, Ozzy Gran, how are you? Jen, that's right. The code, Jen, if you're interested in any stencils, it's FALL20 is the code for 20% off the entire store. A free exclusive if you buy at least one of mine and $25 worth. And free shipping in the US, but I believe you're called Ozzy Graham because you're in Oz. Southern Hemisphere. In Aussie land. Where one of my best friends lives. Where are you in Australia, Jen? Ah, that's too bad. Yeah, one of my best friends lives in Brisbane, and she said things are just so expensive there and to get them there. Hours north of Sydney. Oh, okay. It's on my bucket list to get there. Get down under one day. So I'm rubbing this a little bit more because this is going to be a cleanup through the surfboards. I want to make sure that wet paint is getting all that black dry paint off the plate. Let's see how this looks. This should look pretty cool. And it do. Look at that. See all the designs in there? Little PBO flash here and there. I like that one. I do, I do. And we'll get the same in reverse over here with that paint that's left on the plate. Clean that off. And there's just that reverse, that little frame. Funny how you get those little bits. Look at that little pink bit of PBO. There was a little bit of the turquoise one. I don't know if you can even see that down here. Some copper up in here and here. It's crazy what stays on here that you think you got it all and you just don't. It's still so much on there that you just can't tell. So let's try to demo a few more of these before I wrap it up for tonight. Oh, let's do one of the other. Ooh, let's do this one too. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do this. There's so many I didn't do yet. Oh, this one we want to do. Let's do this. And some lines, some wavy lines maybe. That might be cool over top of that. All right, let's do a little center stage action here. Let's do something. Let's mix it up a little bit here. Let's use this brighter green. And, well, I don't have another green out here. We'll just throw in some yellow. See what this does. And a little green PBO. How about that? Let's see what happens here. All right. How many new total? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, 20 or 22, something like that. Dorothy, you still hanging? Bless your heart. I know it's late over there. This one's got all kind of crazy angles in it, so I'm not sure, since this is the first time I'm using this, how this is going to pull, if I'm going to get it all or not, but we shall see. Oh, yeah. I felt it kind of move on me, and I can see where it kind of squidged a little bit there. That's kind of cool. I like that. I can live with that. Clean this up a little bit. Even on that little scrap of deli, that PBO little pop on there's cool. Alright, let's pull this up clean. Oh, that happens to me too, Pam. I woke up last night 2 a.m. That was pretty much it till my alarm went off. A lot of people seem to have problems sleeping. I like this one. Hoo-hoo! Oh, see that PBO streaking through there? That's a good example of that PBO. Jean loves that color. Like green yellow. We're getting kind of snotted up. Let's see. Let's do... let's do this crazy ink blot thing. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with this. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Let's do, oops. Let's do this ooh, that farted out there kind of blobby. Let's do that get that bronzy blend again. Try that. love this blend of color. Hey, JJJ. That's FALL20 is the code. I think Lucy just summed it up there for you, or Jane rather. 20% off the entire iStencils website. Oh, cool. What is your real name, Triple J? So it's 20% off their entire site. They have over 3,000 designs. If you buy at least one of mine, then you get the free exclusive, which is this round one this month. I'm going to come out with some 8-inch round ones going forward. If you get $50 or more, you'll get free shipping in the U.S. And the sale's good until Sunday night. So you have plenty of time to look. Oh, thanks, Paula, for the link. You have plenty of time to look, shop. I was telling the girls earlier, there's so many stencils there. If you see something you like, throw it in your cart. You can always take it out later, but it's easier to do that than try to look back through 3,000 stencils for that one that you really liked. I mean, if there's a subheading for my stencils, so mine are easy to go back and find. But I mean, if you go back looking at any of the other ones. Ooh. Isn't that color combination cool, though? How that blends into that rosy bronze? Kind of looks like a vine from that angle. I have no idea what it is. Jude, pronounced Jude, I take it. And there's another new one, N2DQ. Oh, I don't have no idea who that is. But thanks for joining, nonetheless. Oh, dragonflies or butterflies. I didn't see that. See, that's why it's called ink blot. It's open to interpretation. Basically, they're just blobs. Hey, Robin. Butterflies. Oh, yeah. Leave it to you guys to see stuff in there. To see the good in all things. There's the reverse. All right, get you over there, my little lovely. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Let's do this long arrow one. Let's go back to basics. One of my, whoops, hello. One of my favorite combinations. Hey, Margie. Thanks for joining. So, if you heard about the iStencil sale, FALL20 is the coupon code. Oh, you know what? I just had a. All right, I'll do that in a second. I had another random thought pop through my little head. Welcome to all the newcomers. I appreciate y'all being here. I think this moved a little bit on me. Not paying attention. I'm trying to read the chat, not paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, the reverses are kind of cool, Jane, aren't they? That was Brilliant Purple and Bright Aqua Green from Liquitex Rain and Cat. There's the long arrows, another kind of stripy design with a twist. And let's see, this, can I pick that up on anything? Well, let's just do it the hard way. Just only figured out how to turn the chat. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you were able to figure out the chat. It's some people have issues depending on what device they're using to view on. But I'm glad you fought your way in. Clean up some more of that. Get a little more of that off the plate. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll grab a couple different colors. Let me grab some Dina paints. These are nice on the plates too. Let's do this really wavy line. In what color, pray tell? Let's do magenta. And I don't use these all the time on the jelly plate. I'm basically doing it for you because these aren't cheap paints. They aren't really highest price like artist grade, but they're, I don't know, maybe $5 or $6 a tube, and they're just a 2-ounce tube, so they're not cheap. Arrow stripes will be good in journals when you make it good, right? Yep, for sure, Kathy. That's why I like those, you know, some of those geometric ones like that that make a really cool built-in journaling spots. Let's see. Let's try some of these waves. I want to see if these really look 3D when you pull it on a print. Let's put it on this. Something simple and stark. Let's see how that works. Yeah, a lot of, you know, golden opens, a lot of people I've seen use them on their plate because of the open time. And some of them are so sheer, and that's like a lot of Jelly Arts demos, they use those on their plate for the sheerness of them, for the, you know, overlapping different layers and stuff. Ooh, hello, lover. That's kind of cool. I like that blendy of the orange, corally, pinky stuff going there. That's kind of cool. Let me lift up. Clean out these holes so when I pick up the other print, it'll be a little cleaner. Yeah, they really do turn out pretty. I love the nickel azo gold, the Quinn nickel azo gold on the plate. That's really pretty. Thanks, Paula. clean it off with stencil, getting the reverse pull off of there. I pulled up a lot of the, it looks kind of dirty because it's a dirty, dirty print. Pulled up a lot of the blues and stuff and mixed with that orangey color. Let's try, let's see, I love this turquoise. This is my second tube of this. That's a Hello Lover color right there. Let's use a little bit of that, a little bit of sky. And lapis? I want to use lapis or lime. Let's use lime. Well, I'm glad you got free shipping at least, CB. I mean, they have so many, it's, you know, it's easy to make that, to get to that number. Okay, just cleaning the brush, going to the next color, pulling that kind of down into here, and back up again. I'm going to try to make a gradual blend. I love doing this. It's kind of like hypnotizing to me. And look at this turquoise. Oh, look at you, yummy. Bring that down. So we got a whole variety of colors going on here, just from the way we blended it. Now, you know what, let's just do this. Let's just take this little wavy stripes, as simple as that is. And do I have one that would be appropriate to pull over? Or maybe we'll just do a clean one. What would that look like over this? That's still a little bit wet. Alright, let's just do a clean one and see what we get. Oh, Jen, you got the flu? Ugh. I'm starting to come down with something. I hope it's not the flu. I don't think so. Although I was chilly wrapped up in a blanket for a couple hours when I got home tonight and fell right to sleep, which is rare. Rare, number one, for me to be in a blanket. Let's see what we got. Not quite a Hello Lover. I smooched it a little bit. That's a tricky one. You got to keep the stencil really still because those lines in there are real fine and wavy and they want to wiggle a little bit. I got to be mindful of that next time. That didn't blend out the way that I thought it was going to. I thought it might have been a Hello Lover too, to be honest. But it did not. And that's okay. Doesn't make it a bad pull or a bad stencil. I'm playing with these for the very first time, so I got to kind of get used to them myself. And whenever you get one, ooh, now that's better. Just that fine line on that ghost. Let me grab some more paper. Ooh, I might have to go to Staples tomorrow for my weekend streams because it looks like I'm running low on cardstock. How can that be? I do burn through it quite a bit when I'm doing this, though. Yeah, I almost stopped and got a flu shot yesterday. Probably a good thing I didn't since I feel like I'm coming down with something today. But I had to go to the pharmacy and pick up some meds. And I thought, I'll just walk in and get a flu shot. We usually get them free at work every year. But I haven't heard when that's going to be yet. And people are starting to snuff it with the flu. I don't want to wait too long. Do you clean your stencils? Nope, no more than you see me right there, Pam. I blot off the wet stuff. And whatever dries on there, dries on there. So some of the girls have been using Murphy's oil soap to put in a pan or the sink. And Murphy's oil soap and hot water and let your stencil sit in there and then it just peels off. I might do that someday. I don't know when that day is. Ugh. Telling you, this daggone job's cutting into my art time, my social time. Ugh. Bye, Jude. Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. I wrapped it around and picked up all that snot stuff around the edges that will become crusty bits, but now they're just wet boogers laying there. I like the ruby too. Let's do something in ruby. Ruby, going to town. Let's see. Ruby, ruby, ruby. Let's just do red and orange. Red and yellow. And we'll bring it down and try to make orange in the middle. How about that? That might not be enough paint. Oops, that keeps going off the edge there. What's going on? Look at that bright red. That's such a pretty red. And this again is the Dina Wakley Ruby. Yep. That's kind of taken over. That yellow. Wow. Wow, that kind of overpowered the whole thing. The sprayer's getting a little boogery. I'm going to have to do something about that. Yes, I am. Let's do this one. This one's kind of stark, but this is Hills and Valleys. Oh my gosh, Sandy, I know. I've got one of those little mesh inserts in the sink Dave put down here in the basement for me. That thing's all boogered up. I scrape it out of there every once in a while, but oh Lord, that sink looks pitiful. And that's all it is a work sink. Although it's like a kitchen sink and a little cabinet he put down for me, but you wouldn't want to eat anything out of there. Very little bit of a gradient, but I like that design. That's kind of cool. Me likey. Now, I don't think that's a great color combination for over this, but I'm going to do it anyway, just for gigs. See what we get. Some people think it's a problem to have a clean plate. You know, it says personal choice, I guess. You know, gets dirtied up during your play to get some crusty bits. Some people never wash it. I've seen people that demo them online, and they're pretty munged up where they never do it. But yeah, kind of interesting. Denture tablets. Oh, that's an idea. I bet that would work. Ooh, look at that. Now you're seeing a little bit more of the yellow where the stencil pulled up some of the red at the top. That might be a pretty cool print right there. This might be a cool patina. Ooh, hello. This might be a cool patina print, actually. I do too, Rain. I wasn't sure if how much I really would, but I really do. I really, really do. Even that's pretty. That would make even little journaling blobs turned as a page, right? Look at you. I'm going to let that dry a minute and do a cleanup print, I think, with that. kind of a lot. Oh, excuse me, I can't believe I'm yawning. I never am tired. I should say I get tired, I just don't get sleepy. Oh, I could put something over top of this one. And even that one, that's still... That white did not help that one. It was too much... white background and the white on there. It wasn't as stark as I thought it would be. What the hell do I know? I'm just winging it. Let's see. I'm going to put these away. And I think I may... grab a couple Delusions. That's still a little bit wet. We're going to try to pull it up anyway. Alrighty. Okay, what are we going to pull it up with? Try something open. Let's try this again. Just for giggles. Look how pretty the stencil is from that gradient pull I did earlier. So I'm going to try to stream a little bit each day. So if anybody missed, the demo, the new designs, they'll be able to have an opportunity to catch them while the sale is still valid. I feel like once the coupon is valid, I got to try to take advantage of that, pushing that as much as I can. So I'll probably be on and off, depending on how I feel, through the weekend. Probably won't be for long 3-hour stints, maybe an hour and a half here and there. So I think after the next couple, 9 o'clock, 2.5 hours, I think I'll start wrapping it up here after maybe a couple more. Oh wow, look at that. Got all that red and orange it pulled off of there. Huh. Uh-huh. Thanks, Jane. Oops, dropsies. So some of these prints, aren't great. It's all play. It's all trying out patterns over other patterns with colors over other colors. But just about every page here, I could make one of those jelly note cards where I take the whole piece, the whole jelly print, cut it 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 to make an A2, and fold it on my envelope punch board to make a envelope out of it, and take that leftover strip and put it on a white note card and make a matching note card with it. So you get a stack of all one-of-a-kind note cards. But you'd be surprised when you take something that's, like, that's not the greatest print I've ever seen by a long shot, but when you fold that up and you only see a little bit of that, it's really kind of cool looking. If I don't say so myself. Like that, folded up as an envelope, that would actually look kind of cute. Hey, Patricia. You want to go back and forth now? You want up and down? Oh, my. Oops, my stencils just took a dive out of the drawer to the floor. Hang on. Not good. I'm going to do, where's my little brayer? My little brayer. Where are you? There you are. Try this one. Ooh, a brand new one. Look at you. There's already stuff stuck to it. How is that possible? It's in a drawer with... Oh, I know why. I put it in that new drawer where I rearranged. There must have been... Lord. Must have been stuff on the bottom of the drawer. Oh, well. I'm going to do a little Diane Reevely Delusions paint. Oh, there's that snotty pink. I got to write to Ranger. But, will that fit in there? Barely. Alright, let's get some of that down. This is the turquoise. And this makes a really pretty blend too. The pink and the turquoise. Right. But I will tell you, when you do this, pretty much for the next roll, you would have to, oh crap, I got turquoise in my pink. Ah, wouldn't be the first time. But it's blending to make a really pretty purple in there. Oh well. We'll call it rainbow paint. Because these are so blendy, and whatever lays after the ghost print on the plate, if I would put like yellow and green down there next, it would, you'd see this starting to turn to mud. Look at that yummy purple it makes. Hello, lover. Alright. I have not tried adding water. I knew the pink and the purple they've had issues with, and they say that if you contact them, they'll send you a new jar, and I think they've worked on the formula to correct it. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Oh, I didn't hear anything about a recall. Wouldn't surprise me now. But I really like the texture of these on the jelly plate and the blendability of them. Say hello, lover. Look at you. Look where that purple blended into the turquoise. We've got more violet in here. That looks like mod beads hanging that way. I'm just too easily entertained. That's all there is to it. I'm going to do another ghost off of that. That's kind of cool. Can you hear Babe snoring underneath of me? She's crammed underneath on her little bed underneath my desk with her head on my foot, snoring away like a truck driver. Bless her little heart. Kind of cool texture in that. A little print. Alright. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a night and clean up from here, guys. Go get some rest, because I'm not feeling that great. And now look how pretty that's one thing, the dilutions, paints, make your stencils look really pretty. Alright, I put my lids back on. Don't want to flip my lids. Yeah, you did Paula's crusty bits? That's cool. I love her crusty bits. There's that one. Alright, I'm going to do one cleanup print here because I can. And I should. I'm going to do this on the rest of my Titan Buff. Another dead soldier. Bye-bye, Mr. Titan Buff. We'll miss you. Oh, what the heck is that on there? What is that paint all snotted up on there so thick? Coppery looking. I don't know what mixed up there. I don't know what's going on. Getting out of control. Prints all over the place. I just cleaned up the other day too. When I jelly print, man, I got stuff everywhere. Oops. Now it's drying and I'm pulling some of it up. Talking about the dilutions being different, Paula. They really are. They're very matte, and when you use those Ranger applicators that you use for the distress inks, those little sponge applicators, when you put it on like with that a little dip in that paint will cover almost a full page spread in her journals. It goes and goes and goes. It's like, where is this pigment coming from? Oh, this one, yeah. Got a little rainbow thing going there. I have a couple stacked up there. It's stuck together, though. When I had an emergency wipe I had to do. Alright, hopefully this will clean my plate. Save me the trouble. Oh, you have, Eva? Start feeling like yeah, this just started today. Yeah, I felt at work like I was coming down with something, and just started kind of feeling a little worse, a little worse. Ooh, look at you! Hello, lover of a cleanup print. Gosh, you can see the up and down, or what does it call it? Up and down? Back and forth, the oh my. See all kind of stuff in that one. And all three of those colors from that gradient that was on there. It's still enough paint that was left on there for you to see the 3 rows of color there. Alright, ladies. Ladies, ladies, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I'm trying to grab some of these prints over here. Ay, ay, ay. Show you some of the ones we did. Here's the dominoes we did on that black. Right. Clean up of the up and down. This was the little wavy stripes. That was kind of a fail because it slid on me. The waves, the long arrows. These are mostly junk prints here. Here's that cool one, a 5 2.0. That was one of my favorite pulls. And here's the leftovers of that. Here's a cleanup print of surfboards. Right. This one was nothing. These are all just kind of junky ones. This was the gradient pull. That was kind of cool. Look at that flash in there. You can't hate that. I don't care what you say. Oh my. Center Stage. Hills and Valleys. This is a mishmash, all kind of stuff. The long arrows. The waves. What do we got over here? More oh my. Some of the dragonfly, butterfly, vine ink blots. Look at the PBO in that one. Here's some Center Stage with some of the round exclusive stencil over it. That was the 8 stencil with the dusting of dominoes over it. This is the reverse. These are just cleanup prints that I used to clean the plate off with. They're nothing special. Anyway, stay tuned, guys, for over the weekend. I appreciate you being with me this long. Again, the coupon is FALL20, good through Sunday night, midnight Eastern time. And that one does kind of look like a map now that I see it with this radar over it. Thanks, Rain. I'm sure I'll feel better. I don't think it's anything serious. I think it's just a little bit of a cold coming on. I hope. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope if you want to take advantage of the sale, that you'll enjoy some of the new and old designs. And maybe see you a little bit tomorrow night sometime. Or maybe even late afternoon. I'm going to work from home tomorrow. Oh no, I'm supposed to go out with my friend for dinner tomorrow night. I'll have to figure it out. I'll let you know when I know. How about that? But thanks, guys. I'll catch you on the flip. Have a good evening. Appreciate your support very much. Bye.